Street food or homemade food, which one is really better for your health? Around the world, street food is a cultural experience. Spicy kebabs in Lagos, tacos in Mexico City, noodles in Bangkok, but many people worry. Is it safe? Today, we're putting street food and homemade food head-to-head under the microscope literally. We'll look at the microbiology behind both, explore the risks, the benefits, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. The love for street food. Street food isn't just about convenience, it's about flavor, culture, and affordability. In many cities, it's cheaper and tastier than restaurants. But here's the microbiology catch. Street food is usually prepared in open environments. Think about it. Vendors handle money, food, utensils, and sometimes even cook in polluted or crowded areas. Microbes like E. coli, Salmonella, and Staphylococcus aureus thrive on surfaces, unwashed hands, and contaminated water. Studies in major cities have found that many street foods carry high microbial loads, especially if vendors don't have access to clean water or refrigeration. Yet, people still flock to eat them daily. Why? Because most of the time, our immune systems can handle a little microbial exposure, until they can't. The comfort of homemade food. Now let's turn to homemade food. When you cook at home, you control the ingredients, cleanliness, and cooking methods. That's a huge advantage. You know where the vegetables came from, you wash your hands, you can cook meat to the right internal temperature. All of this reduces microbial risk. But here's the truth. Not all homemade food is automatically safe. Poor kitchen hygiene is a hidden danger. Cutting raw chicken and then using the same knife for salad? That's how Salmonella and Campylobacter sneak into your meal. Leaving food out for hours at room temperature? Perfect breeding ground for Bacillus cereus or Clostridium perfringens. So yes, homemade food can be safer, but only if you practice good food safety habits. Street food versus homemade food. Let's compare both side by side. Street food risks: exposure to dust, flies, dirty water, poor refrigeration, and cross-contamination. Common microbes: E. coli, Salmonella, Listeria, Shigella. Homemade food risks: poor personal hygiene, improper storage, undercooking, and cross-contamination in the kitchen. Common microbes: Campylobacter, Clostridium, Staph aureus. Here's something fascinating. Some studies show that street vendors with high customer turnover actually serve safer food than poorly run home kitchens. Why? Because the food sells fast, so it's eaten hot and fresh, leaving little time for bacteria to multiply. Meanwhile, at home, leftovers often sit for hours or days, giving microbes time to grow if not refrigerated properly. So neither side wins outright. Both can be safe, both can be dangerous. It all comes down to hygiene and handling. Let's break it down scientifically. Microbes need three things to grow: nutrients, moisture, and the right temperature. Food provides nutrients, cooking and washing add moisture, and the danger zone of 5 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius is perfect for bacterial growth. Street food often sits out in the open, right in this danger zone. But at home, leftovers forgotten on the counter do the exact same thing. Viruses like norovirus or hepatitis A can spread if a cook, whether a vendor or a family member, doesn't wash their hands after using the bathroom. Fungi like molds can grow on improperly stored bread or fruit. Understanding this helps us see, it's not about street versus home, it's about conditions that let microbes thrive. So how do you enjoy food safely, whether on the street or at home? Here are some tips. Choose vendors with high turnover. Food that sells fast is less likely to harbor bacteria. Watch for hygiene practices: clean hands, covered hair, and separate handling of money and food. At home, wash hands often, keep raw and cooked food separate, and refrigerate leftovers quickly. Cook meat, poultry, and seafood thoroughly. Most microbes don't survive high heat. Reheat leftovers properly before eating. These small steps drastically cut down your risk of foodborne illness. Food isn't just about microbes. It's about connection, culture, and community. Street food represents tradition, livelihood, and identity for millions around the world. Homemade food represents comfort, care, and family. So when we compare the two, we're not just talking science, we're talking about human experience. And both have their place. So, street food versus homemade food, who wins? From a microbiology perspective, the answer is neither automatically. Both can be safe, and both can be risky. What matters is awareness and hygiene. Next time you enjoy that street snack or home-cooked meal, remember, microbes are everywhere. The real power lies in how you handle them. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, share this with a foodie friend, and subscribe for more fascinating science behind everyday life. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and stay healthy.